We're set. 19. 24.
He can't hang. He's not going to get me.
Hold the look, hold the look, hold.
59.
56. Check, 56. Here we go, here we go.
Now a first down throw, Watson. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second.
Get it, get it,
Taken down back at the 20-yard line.
We're set. 19.
Hey, watch that. Hey, watch the ball.
Motion, 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 motion. 56. Mike,
54.
56. Here we go.
Throwing again on second down. Watson. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Yeah, I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is third and long. A shotgun snap for Watson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And they will score. It's a 49er touchdown. Robbie Gould on for the extra point. And the 49ers grab a 7-0 lead.
Makes the score Niners 7, Texans nothing. Robbie Gould set to kick off.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Fresh off the pick six, it's Watson. Steps away to his left. Uses the stiff arm. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Play action from Miller. Now Watson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked by Tarvarius Moore. And the return stops at the 39-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. So after the INT, it's Garoppolo. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Marquise Goodwin, 39 yards. And the 49ers add 6 to their lead. Gould with the extra point, and it's now 14-0. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. And now out comes Houston. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. D Ford able to get in there and run him down for what's going to be a loss of 15 yards all told. After the sack, oh, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. Back to throw, Watson. And here's another interception, the 3rd of this first quarter. Picked by Tarvarius Moore. And they will score. It's a 49er touchdown. Gold to add the extra point. It's good, and before you know it, it's 21-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away.
The Texans take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
56 to Mike. 56 is the man.
Now it's Watson. Hopkins on the grab over the middle. That one covers 29 yards. First down. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. He was looking to get it to his running back, Lamar Miller, but it's going to be 2nd down. Charles, he doesn't seem to be particularly in tune with his receivers, just 2 for 7 throwing the football, but he did seem really locked in before the game.
Yeah, and that has to do with receivers sometimes. Sometimes the defenders knock them off their routes, and they're usually pretty precise. 1, 2, 3 cut, ball's out of his hands to the receiver. In this case, might be off by a half step either way. They've got to find a way to get back in sync.
Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen, because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. A nice pickup for a first down.
On first down, it's Watson. Looking for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Kiki QT, 29 yards. And the Texans cut into that lead. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And they'll cut the lead to 21-7. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
The Niners take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
And San Francisco gets set to go here. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better.
The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by Jaleel Adai. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line.
The Texans take over first and 10.
And now out comes Houston. Well, these guys hardly got a chance to catch their breath after the quick turnover, but I doubt they're complaining much.
Especially with the field position they get to start with. I wouldn't be complaining either. I'd want to get right back out there and get after them, because now you have an opportunity to make a big play. I'd say let's be aggressive and go after him.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Jordan Thomas, the one he was looking for, but it'll be second down.
Partner, I think it's high time to get him some passes that he's comfortable with, some easy throws, some completions. He's not even hitting the 50% thus far.
Well, certainly that has played a big role into why they are trailing right now.
You go tight. You got tight. You got tight right there. "56, Mike, 56, right there, 56.
Now a play fake, and it's Watson. Flushed out right. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. He turned that into a nice gain, gets him 8 yards closer for third down. So 3rd and 2, this quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped.
Down, he's coming.
56,
From the gun, here's Watson. Oh, look at Thomas wide open. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. 25 yards that time.
For many teams, the evaluation of tight ends has really changed. We used to wonder about how they would block first and foremost. Now we want to know how these guys can run, because we envision them in offenses catch the ball. How much yardage can they gain after that?
And that on display there for a good pickup. From 13 yards out, and the Texans have cut it to within a score. And with the rules as touchy as they can be, it's so hard to complete a diving catch in the end zone, but he just did it pretty well.
How about him getting his body, his hands, everything underneath and around the football without it hitting the ground and causing some doubt in the minds of the people who have to look at this and possibly review it. What a tremendous effort and a great catch.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
The Niners take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. Deep ball for Goodwin. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. The intended receiver, Marquise Goodwin. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
8 yards to go.
Here we go. 180.
29 is Mike 29.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Jadeveon Clowney showing the explosiveness on the sack.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10.
At their own 30-yard line.
Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. Looking back to that first quarter, they struggled, but now here in quarter two, they seem to have some rhythm.
And it really shouldn't be a surprise to us because when we were in the production meetings, we asked a few of the players about.
Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. DeForest Buckner with a sack, the former number 7 overall pick.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game.
Banjo.
26.
Another try after the first down sack. Watson, and an alley to run. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. He had gained really good yardage, but that's what you tell your quarterbacks, right? Get down after you've got the run.
You don't have to prove your toughness. You know, I think that's what a lot of coaches are trying to preach to their guys. Get the yardage, get down, protect the football, and protect yourself from extra hits as well.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off at the 22.
Brandon, I'm not going to tell him that you called him old in our pregame meeting, but this guy has been around a long time. If there's a trick in the book, he knows it. He probably even wrote a few chapters, and this is what he's always had, and that's a nose for the football. He's able to come away here with the interception.
After the interception, here's Watson. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. They were searching for the tight end, Darren Fells. And that'll bring up second down.
Rip left.
Watson going to pull back the handoff and keep it himself. And avoids the contact by sliding. Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the first.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw, so maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
So if we recount real quick, he had the touchdown earlier, and now he comes up with the sack here. No doubt about it, he's having himself a game.
They come up on second and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon.
59.
56. Check 56. All day.
Now Watson. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. A big pickup of 38.
Well, we spent a lot of time exalting the offensive masterminds in this game, right? They draw up these beautiful plays. They look so perfect up on the board. But occasionally, sometimes you just say, throw it up and let him go get it. How about that play?
56. Mike, 56. Right there.
On first down, Watson. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
They work again from the 38 on second and 10.
Hey.
Now it's Watson, a bootleg. They'll roll him out right. Over the middle, it's Fells. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder coming up here at halftime. We'll ship you off to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman will have first half highlights and analysis from a back-and-forth first half that we've seen.
56 to Mike.
31.
Check 56.
Watson on third down. And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman. And he returns it up just shy of the 20 to the 19-yard line. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience...
And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, 49ers. Jimmy Garoppolo with his second touchdown pass of this first half. And the 49ers are able to strike quickly for 6. Gold able to tack on the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. He'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line.
The Texans take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
And now out comes Houston. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive...
And the Niners get there and bring him down. Getting the sack, the 227-pound linebacker, Quan Alexander.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. To try again after the sack. Watson. Miller on the catch over the middle. And some room to roam now. And all the way down to the 29. A big play there just before halftime. 57 yards. The offense has to love that because that was just a dump down, and then he turned something out of seemingly nothing.
And the best quarterbacks understand that dumping it down is often a good play, a better play than even what was drawn up.
To throw is Watson. His throw caught right around the 6. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. 23 yards, the final tally.
What is that? 19!
First and goal at the 6-yard line.
56 is the mic.
Quarterback, don't get nervous now. We ain't beginning to tear you up. Don't get nervous.
56 the mic.
Let's go!
Out of the gun, Watson.
Go, go, go.
To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. The linebacker, Fred Warner, right there on the coverage. I hate to sound really negative, but at this point, an incomplete pass, almost a moral victory that it's not picked off.
Well, you may hate to sound negative, but that was negative.
It was very negative, I know, but all these first-half interceptions, it's been tough to watch.
Yeah, couldn't find the silver lining in this one. Much more like lead.
Dancing to his left. And this results in 6. Touchdown! Deshaun Watson as the first half is winding down. And the Texans draw a bit closer. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And they're within 7 now at 28-21. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Niners take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line. 13 seconds, the time remaining in the half as they come up on first down.
Hey, orbit.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The sack there by J.J. Watt. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching an abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 23. Breida to get the third quarter started. Deshaun Gibson there on the tackle.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
From the 27, Garoppolo. He'll find Goodwin here on the right side. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Give him 14 on that one and a first down. And he's certainly been a huge factor in this one. He's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now. He's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Whitney Merciless barreling in for the sack. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
65. Hey, gun.
Here's Garoppolo to throw. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
They decided to take a shot and right down the middle of the field, and really, they didn't give it as much time to develop, did they? They want to take that shot somewhere around the 15-yard mark.
And the defense able to recover, bat it free. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
Partner, the way this offense has marched up and down the field during this game, it's almost a surprise to see an incomplete pass on 3rd down, isn't it?
Yeah, they have had their foot on the gas all game long, but here finally stalling out. A good return there, 17 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 24. Here's Watson. Goes. The 49ers get there. DeForest Buckner able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
55.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Watson. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Instead, they go empty backfield as they look to throw. Caught left side, Hopkins. A heck of a play there on 3rd down, but amazingly, they're still short for 4th.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, you know, I just don't have that play on my call sheet. And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain, still a ways to go, though.
Here we go. 180!
41 Mike.
All that, baby, all that. Stay hot.
Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed. Because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Like how they started the 3rd quarter here. They force a punt on the 1st drive, and after this sack, it looks like they'll be forcing another one as well.
Absolutely. Maybe got their 2nd win coming out of the locker room. Well, that last sack, it puts Garoppolo and the 49ers in a tough spot. They face a 3rd and long.
Let's go, 41's coming. 41's the Mike.
On 3rd and long, it's Garoppolo. Going for Hurd on the deep ball. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Here comes Carter. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Play action from Miller. Now Watson on the move to his left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Nick Bosa, credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Watson. Over the middle, complete. That's Hopkins. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A gain there of 21 yards.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Back now in Houston. It's Texans football, but they trail here as we get started in the 4th quarter. From the 50, it's Watson. He's going to fire this thing deep right. It's caught inside the 25. Give him 30 yards there. Now, we know this offense has the potential to strike quickly, and they just bit off 2 huge plays on back-to-back snaps.
So on the other side of the ball, you've got to go Band of Brothers thought process. No one left behind, no pointing fingers, no accusations, because if you don't, those quick strikes we just saw, they become long-lasting.
Watson now to throw. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. D. Ford picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
Check, go get him, go get him, go get him. Hatcher.
Back to throw, Watson. And this is incomplete. He was trying to hit Thomas that time. 3rd down here. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it. When you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 14 yards, but they're still well shy of a first as that leads to 4th down. On 4th down, Watson. And that is incomplete. The Texans tried it, but they come up empty here on 4th. And the 49ers are going to get the football back.
Here
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 18.
Mike 41. I'm going to wedge that, huh?
Let's go, D. Tighten up.
65, 65.
D. Tighten up.
To throw is Garoppolo. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. J.J. Watt able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He's trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
Now a nice throw here, right side. He hauls it in. And they take this up near the 30 before he's taken down. A gain there of 21 yards. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Garoppolo. Screenplay. McKinnon. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. A loss of 2 there. 2nd down. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on 1st down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're either throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away. Throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open.
To throw again on 2nd down. Garoppolo. They're going deep here for... He's got a man. Complete. A big play there for the Niners. 57 yards. Well, probably the only thing he did wrong there was go out of bounds, nursing this 4th quarter lead. You want to stay in, eat the clock.
Yeah, you got to love the effort, the catch, the extra yardage, but you got to know the situation. Stay in bounds, young man.
Inside the red zone, it's Garoppolo. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Reed. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter. Turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield, incomplete. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
56, the mark, boys. 56. Check 56. Watch the curve. Watch them.
Mike 56. Mike 56.
You gonna get this, boy?
He'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. D. Ford in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. Following the sack, it's now 3rd and long for Watson and the Texans.
56. Mike 56. 56.
Here we go.
Mike 56.
Back to throw.
Here we go.
Flush to his right. He's going to let it fly. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked by Tarvarius Moore. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
Fresh out of the locker room, they hit him with a gain of over 20.
Here we go. 180.
To throw is Garoppolo. Boy, stays up. Escaping the pressure, and he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Whitney Merciless showing no mercy. Flies in for the sack.
Brandon, that's just football 101. If you're out of the pocket, you've got to get rid of the football in this situation. You cannot take a sack in a 2-minute drill.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23.
Here we go. Smooth.
Garoppolo looking to throw. Flushed out right. That is caught at the 7. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. A nice pickup there, 19 yards. And they're set up better for 3rd. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Now Garoppolo. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. So the victory here for San Francisco. And it was a game where they were off and running in the first quarter, Charles, and never looked back.
You know, partner, after a while, we always say the same thing, don't we? They set the tone early, right? They started fast. So I asked a few of my horse racing friends, do you have a term for me that we can use to cover that? And they said, yeah. When a horse breaks out like that, you say he caught a flyer out of the gate. And that's exactly what this team did today. I mean, they jumped out there, jumped on them, and were never headed.
So that's a wrap.